All right, so we shall revise the paper one. So in this paper one, the first question we're going to do, it's telling us to evaluate. So now we are told -1, everything in bracket to the power 0 times 2 to the power 3. So what does this mean? We are supposed to remember that a to the power 0, it is just 1. Any number to the power 0, it is 1. So if we have 5 to the power 0, this is just 1. If we have 10 to the power 0, this is just 1. It doesn't matter the number that we are dealing with. The answer is always 1. Then the next thing we're supposed to remember is if they say maybe -1, and then they say this squared, it is always going to be 1 outside, then 1 times 1. Oh, we are saying negative outside, then you multiply 1 times 1, 2 times. Then if they say -1 in brackets 2, it means you are multiplying -1 times -1. But if the negative is not in the bracket like we had the first step, so this is just going to be a negative outside and 1 multiplying 1 outside, inside the brackets like that. So in this case, we get this answer as -1, and then here we get it as what? We get it as a positive answer. So the next thing that we should be able to remember is if they say 5 to the power 4, they are not saying 5 times 4. This is not true. But 5 to the power 4 means you're multiplying 5 by itself 4 times, like that. So this is what it means. Okay. The next thing probably we can be interested to look at is what if they say 2 to the power -2. They say plus 3 to the power 0. What would be the answer here? So now we are supposed to remember that a to the power -1 equal to 1 over a. So this negative means 1 over something. So nga tukwete 5 to the power -1 twalale mbafya, but this one, it is this negative, it is the same as negative, it is the same as, sorry for that, the negative tulandira ati ni 1 over, then we remain with 5 to the power 1, which is just 1 over 5. If we have 7 to the power -1, this is going to be 1 over 7 to the power 1. Okay. If we have 8 to the power -2, this is going to be 1 over 8 to the power 2. So the negative just means we are putting a 1 over something. Okay, so let's solve the question now. So in this case, they are telling us that all right, so here we are saying we're going to have, since we have -1 in bracket to the power 0 times 2 to the power 3. So this is just going to be, we said anything to the power 0 is what? It is 1. But this one, we are saying everything is in the bracket. So we are going to have 1 times 2 times 2 times 2, which will just give us 8. But not that. If this question was like negative 1 to the power 0 times 2 to the power 3, the answer would have been negative 1 times here it's 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. This would have given us negative 8. If the what? If the negative was not inside the bracket. Okay, let's look at the next question. So in the next question, they are telling us to evaluate. So this is just going to be it's going to be no, it's not the question we want. Yes, this is the question we want. So this is going to be x minus 1, then 2x plus 5 is equal to 0. So here you just get this and equate it to 0. So we are saying x minus 1 equal to 0. Then you also get this, you equate it to 0. So 2x plus 5 is equal to 0. So you can solve that now. So x will be equal to 1 when you take this one to the other side of the equal sign. Then here, you take this one to the other side. So it's going to be 2x equal to negative 5. Divide through by 2, divide through by 2. Then you remain with x equal to, you can either leave it like that or you can simplify. But if you don't know how to simplify here, it's better you just leave it like that. There's no problem. All right, so let's look at the next question. So here they are telling us to simplify. So what they simply means is that we should put the like terms together and then leave them in their lowest form. So we have 4x squared so we have 4x squared plus 2y squared minus xy minus 6x squared plus 2xy. So this is x squared and that is x squared. So we are going to get x squared and x squared, they should be together. But now, when you get this 6x squared, you get together with the sign that is in front of it. So you get together with the sign which is in front of it. In this case, it is negative. So I'm going to say this one, which is 4x squared minus 6x squared, okay, from these two, you combine them. Then the next thing you are going to do there, you are going to say this with the sign in front of it, it should come here. Do we have anything that is y to the power 2? No, we don't have. So we are going to leave it like that. So say 2y to the power 2. Then if we take xy for the finger, so we only have e ne. So what does this mean? This simply tells us that we can group these two together. So I'm going to say negative xy plus 2xy. So this one gives us negative 2 x squared plus 2y squared. Then when you add these two, you get xy. So that will be your final answer. That will be the final answer for that. Okay, so let's go to the next question. So they are telling us to shade A union C complement of which that complement should intersect B. So what they mean here is we're going to say step number 1. Okay, so we are going to say, okay, we have that Venn diagram. So now in this Venn diagram, we have that and that. Okay, then we have our A, our B, and our C. So meaning they are telling us that A union C. So we're going to attach the so to pange first. Okay, so we say if we have things like this, A, B, na C. Bino bate bati to shading A union C. So A union C means if it is sangwa A, if it is sangwa B. So meaning we are going to shade if you want to say up this part, we are going to shade A combine with what? Combine with B. So to watch the shade part. Then now since we are in a Venn diagram, yeah, like that. Then now they are telling us that they don't want this what we have shaded because we have a poker complement. So what does that mean? When not if to a shading, not if film but the opposite. So now the opposite of that is we're going to have if the sangom A union B nifisa. So if you want to say Philippines, these things we have Philippines so then in a kapata kakalipasia this part. Okay, iyi part yonse tayiresanga mwisa mu A intersection B. So now they are telling us that this we should no. We have shaded using B, but they wanted C. So sorry for that. Sorry for that. So I'm solving for the wrong question. So here they have requested for A intersection C, and I was shading B there. Okay, so let's have our Venn diagram. So we are saying we need that, and that. So we have A, B, and C. So now, instead of kusheda feta per face, we are combining if it is sangom A and C. That is what the question is saying with that shading if you are wrong. So we are going to have that. Okay. We are going to shade A and D. Okay. So now we have shaded A union C. But they don't want A union C. They want if Shiresangwa Muisa Mudi set. So we are only going to remain with it. So Kudi, Ipati, and also Pansepa set like that. So Fiance Firesangwa Muisa mu A intersection C. Tafiresangwa mu A union C. So now that they are telling us that if you remove green intersection B, so we know to say B, it is just E party. So meaning the reason they want us to shade is just B. So that is our answer. So in this case here, we're just going to shade that part. Okay. So that will be our answer. That will be our answer for that question. All right. So let's quickly move on to the next question. So they're telling us to factorize completely. Okay, so we're going to say 4A, B. Okay. Then they're telling us that 4 AC. So what we're going to do here, we're going to say this one, let's cover this one. And then we also cover negative 6 B D minus 9 C D. So here the common thing between 4 and this, no, that's not 4, 6, 6. Okay, yeah, that is a 6. So we are going to say what is common between 4 and the 6. The number 2 is common. So we're going to say 2. What else is common? So we have 2 and A. So 2 and A. So we're going to say 2A. Then okay, 2A. So what do we remain with here? We remain with 2 and B. Okay. So now, when we say we have we have that here, we're going to remain with it plus 3, then C, underlined like that. So after that, you're going to say the things that are common here. You say negative, then you realize that in Moody 6 na 9, 3 regular, so 3 is common, and then you have D and D, so you can put D panse and say open the bracket. So now you're going to say 3 Moody 6 nishinga ni 2. So you say 2. Then this negative times this negative, you get a positive. Then B, D into BD, you just remain with it, B. Then negative, this one and that negative, you remain with it, positive. 3 into 9 is 3. Then 3D into 9CD, it is just C, because D, it will cancel with it, D. So you're going to have that. So number after mapangefi, you are going to say get this and also get that. So you say 2A minus 3D. Then you open and close another bracket, because this and this they are equal, you can just get 1, 2b plus 3c. So that is your final answer. Okay. That is your final answer. Okay, so we're not going to do shares because this will involve a lot of mathematical calculations, of which I doubt. Because questioning guys, I know is a question if I doubt if it will be very easy to be answered. Okay, but if you guys you feel as if someone taught you from somewhere and then you just need you to revise through that, you can remind me so that before your exam we go through together. Okay. All right, so let's quickly now go to the next question. That is question what? Okay. So we have solved 5 questions so far. So quick. 5, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7. Oh, yeah. So we're on question 7. So now on this question 7, they are telling us that given that m plus 17 plus m plus 27 are consecutive terms of an arithmetic progression, find. Okay, so this is a series. So you should know the difference between a sequence and a series. Okay, so a sequence nga bampera ma numbers, they will give you numbers 1, 2, 5, 7, 9. Okay, they give you numbers like those. So now this is a sequence. If it is a series, they will say 0 plus 2 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9. So nga pali plus ni series, nga pali sequence ni nga pali comma ni sequence. But then is there a difference pakusange no tapawa? So if you have it, so long as ni now it's an arithmetic progression. So in this case, they've told us that this is an arithmetic progression AP. So what you're going to do is pakusanga AP, you have A N, which means the what is your number of terms, and then your number of terms there. What do you have? Okay, so the number of terms, what do you have? We're saying you have 17 plus m plus, so you have 3 of them. So formula patubonfia, you say you have a n plus what? No, not a n, but you say 1. Okay, sorry for that. Kade maths. Okay, so yeah, so this a1, so meaning the first number plus n minus 1, and then the common difference. So bala kupera ma number. So in this case, they've given us this is our a1, then this is our a2, then 27 is our a3. So what does that mean? We're going to say for us to do what? To find the common difference, what we do is we're going to say we have if we have 1,5, 9, 13, like that. For you to find the D, the common difference, you just say this minus that. So you say 5 minus 1. This one will give you 4. If you want, you can get not 11 there, but 13. If you want, you can get this and that. 9 minus 5, it will give you 4. If you want, you can get this minus that. 13 minus 9, it will give you 4. But don't get this one minus that. So kusenda fefila fino for ya konkana. If you have 2,3, 4, 5, don't say 5 minus 2. This one and that one. That is wrong. So fila fino for ya konkana. So 2 na 3. But then don't start with this. Always start with this one. Ili kuntanch minus ili kunum. Ili kuntanch minus ili kunum. Then you get your common difference. Then is this what I've been asked for? No. But to sange arithmetic mean. But then how do you find the arithmetic mean? Okay. So we find the arithmetic mean using okay, so we are going to find the arithmetic mean using a simple formula, a very simple formula. Okay. So mean we know to say ngabat perati 1, 2, 3. What sange mean? We're just going to say 1 plus 1. Okay, so this 1 plus that, we are going to get it. Okay, so we're going to say 1 plus 1 plus that. This will give us is it 6? Yes, it will give us 6. So pakusanga mini, this is what we do. We just get ili pakati. Ili pakati, that is the mid. So we have this and that. So you say when you add this and this, you are going to get this. That is the mean. So ili kuside na ili kuside, it will give you the what? It will give you the middle part, which is the mean. So let's try. We are going to say 2 is equal to half of this one plus this one. So it's a 1 plus 3. So if you go to the oxide, that 2. So we're going to have 4 there. 1 times 4 is 4. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So what we are saying is about my numbers like 5y, then 5 again. Okay, or maybe not even that. Let's say 15. Then they tell us to find this one. We are just going to say y is equal to 15 plus 5 over 2. Okay, so we're going to say this will be 20 divided by 2, it's 10. Okay, so we're going to have 10 there, and you can see 5 10 15, yet each time increase by 5 ama numbers they can give you something like this: 2 comma 7. Then they no, not really 7. X, and then they tell you that is 12. They tell you to find the number which is in the middle there. So just say this is 2 plus 12 divided by 2. This is x equal to 12 plus 2, it is 14. 14 divided by 2 is 7. And you can see if you have 7 here, 2 plus 5, it is 7. 7 plus 5, it is 12. So you are going to have that. So in this case, quite question over to pay. Quite question over to pay. So long as they've said this is what the arithmetic mean. That arithmetic mean, what we are supposed to do is this. We're just going to get it pakati and say m is equal to iri kumbali, that is 17, plus na imbi iri kumbali uku, that is 27, divided by 2. So the formula is like this. Mean is equal to a1 plus a3 over 2. So a formula. So we're going to get our m is going to be that plus that, it is 14. This plus this, 13, 3. So we're going to have 4, is it 44? Yeah, 44 divided by 2. So our m will be 22. Okay. So ngatapata 22 up. So we have 22 minus 17 is what? It's 5. So 17 plus 5 ni 22. 22 plus 5 in 27. So kuma numbers are just add 5. So now let's look at the next question. So here we are saying so long as we are under ni arithmetic mean, we are always going to use that formula. Now let's look at the next question. So they're telling us that find the sequence. For the sequence, find the formula. So we're going to say an is equal to a1 plus n minus d. So the whatever report shine. So we're going to say a n is equal to here number 1 hapa. What is a1? A1 ni number bakupelea face. So in this case ni 11. So just say 11 there plus you say n. No. That's supposed to be minus 1 multiplying by d. Then you say minus 1 multiplied by d. But what is your d? D is a common difference. So you just say 13 minus 11. So 13 minus 11, it will give you 2. But if you didn't use this one, you can also use the 15 minus 13, which will also give you the same answer, which is just a 2. So E2, you bring it and put it there. So this is going to be 2. So I'm going to say an is equal to 11 plus 2 times n. Okay, you multiply this times that, then you multiply it by that. So I'm going to have 2n, 2 times negative 1, you get 2. So your an is going to be, you can correct like terms negative 2, put it there. So we're going to have 11 minus 2 plus 2n. So an is going to be 9 plus 2n. All right. So now the next thing that you're going to do from there, you look at the next question. So here find the formula. So they asked for the formula. That's why we don't have an exact number. Sometimes they will ask us to find maybe the 17th term. So ngabashan that 17th term, we just get this 17 and put it where there's n. And then apart the n, we could have put 17. Then we say 17 minus 1. Then apart we could have eventually found the number. Okay. So let's now look at the next question, which is question 8. Okay. So question 8. How do we find a transposed matrix? So basically, for us to change the rows, the what is the matrix, the given matrix to to a transpose of a matrix. So a transpose is simply a problem that helps us to just switch columns and our columns into the rows. So for example, if we have like let's say we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 10, 1, 9 as our matrix there. So this matrix, let's name it M. So the output transposed matrix for this will be, so we are going to have Ayama numbers, these numbers here, they will do what? This number is going to come here, then this one is going to come there, this one is going to go class to 10. Same, this one will come here, then this one will go there, then this one will go there, and then we now go to the last part. So this one will be 3, 6, 9. This is your transposed matrix. So we are changing our columns into what? Into rows. Okay, and the other way around. So ukusanga question is what this simply means is um we are going to have, so we are just going to have A transposed matrix of, this is going to be -1, 4, and 5. So that will be our answer. As simple as that. So let's look at the next question. Now the next question is very much application. So it requires that we know how to solve matrices in and out. So the first thing we want to know here is we are multiplying matrices. So we have that one, that, okay. Then the answer should give us 24. So now let's look at this. Before we multiply matrices, we check for their order. So what is the order of this matrix? So this is a matrix of 3 by what? 3 by 1. Then this matrix is what? It's a 1 by what? By 3. Okay. No. We have swapped the what? We have swapped. So we are saying what is the correct order there? What is the correct order? Anyone to remind us? Okay, yeah. Uh, I'm so confident that we have swapped this. We have So if I've not forgotten my math there, we say these numbers that go like that, these are our rows, and these ones that go down, these are columns. So now if we check on the first part, we only have one row there, and we say we name these row, these matrices by that row by column. So using this, we can say we have one row there multiplying by how many columns. Then we have 3 columns. Then here we have um 1, 2, and 3 rows. So we have 3 by how many columns? Just 1, like that. So now if a matrix is like this, what it simply means is this first part, this middle part tells us that you can multiply this matrix and that, then this and that, they are telling you the order of matrix. So in this form, in this case, we are going to have a 1 by 1 matrix, which is just a 1 number. That's the reason why we have that 24 there. 24 is just one number. Don't say no, this is 2 and for an patch space kadamba. So that's the reason why I used the logic, even when I forgot how to name the rows and the columns. I used the logic to say no, if the final answer can be 1 by 1, okay, why should we have a matrix which is giving us 3 and then 1 by 3? Because this would have told us that we are going to have the final answer would have been a 3 by 3 matrix, of which is wrong. In this case, it's what? It's 24. So now let us quickly solve that problem, since we have now known how to apply. So we are going to say 1. So this one will multiply with that. So we're going to say 1 multiplying by 1, then say plus this one will multiply with the x. So they are just going to get 2x. Then say plus 3 will multiply with 5. You are going to get 15. So the answer they've told us that it is 24. So what you're going to do is multiply that and that. So you're going to remain with 2x plus remain with another 16 there equal to 24. So your 2x, so this 16 we got it 1 times 1 is 1. So when you group like terms, this 1 plus 15 to give you 16, then you just push 2x side, then you remain with 24 minus 16 into x. Then you can subtract that. So I'm sure we shall get 8. So if you guys notice an error, please be able to send your feedback in the comment section, so that we have correct correct data given. Okay, so let's hope we are moving together. All right. Then for question 10, I think this one is a giveaway question. Prime number is less than 12. The first thing we are supposed to know is what is a prime number first. prime number. So prime numbers are basically numbers. These are basically whole numbers that are greater than 1. Okay, these are prime numbers that are greater than 1. The first thing is they are greater than 1, and these numbers. Okay, so we're saying they are greater than 1. Then these numbers, they can only have 2 factors, and that is 1 and the number itself. Okay, they have 2 factors, that is 1 and the number itself. So when you divide them by 2, they'll give you a remainder. So these numbers are 2, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. Are these answers correct? So now we realize that um, 2 is correct, 3 is correct, 5 is correct, 7 is correct, 9 is not correct, 11 is correct. So we are saying when you divide this number by 2, it is going to it is going to leave a remainder. It is going to leave a remainder what? 1. So if you divide 2 by itself, it will give you 1 as a remainder. Is it? Okay, so basically, if the reason why we have excluded 9 there is because you can divide 9 by 3. Okay, you can divide 9 by 3. But for prime numbers, we are saying it's either by itself. So if you can only divide this by 2 or 1. I can only divide this by 3 or 1. I can only divide this by 3 or 1. If I divide this number by 2, it will leave a remainder. Unless if I divide it by 7 or 1, that's when it will not leave a remainder. That's what it means. So those are prime numbers less than 12. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, those ones we have mentioned. Okay, let's quickly go to the next question. And the next question is telling us to find the area of a sector. Now, what is a sector? What is a sector? So, what we are going to do here, we're going to say, okay, fine. You've told me to find area of a sector, but then I don't know anything about this area. So we're going to say to find area of a sector, you just say the angle that you have been given over 360 degrees times pi r squared. So this is the formula that you are going to use. So in this case, they've told us that the area of the sector. Okay, so the angle is that. So angle they've given us 21 degrees. Given that the area of the sector, they are saying area is also what? It is given, it is 14.85. Okay. squared. Then we get pi 2/2/7. So they've given us 22/7. Don't choose 3.14. Okay. So now we're going to say our since area now at beta, they have said our area is 14.85. So this is going to be our angle there is 21/360 times pi, which in this case has been given as it has been given as 22/7. Then we are told to find out calculate radius. So radius that quit. So now the first thing that you're going to do here, these numbers that you have, remember in paper 1, and you don't have a calculator. So these numbers that you have, these are big numbers. So first of all, try and simplify. Reduce these numbers. Check the number that can go in which number so that you reduce the other number. I hope that is making sense. So we can say 7 in 7 can go one time, and it can also go into 21 3 times. But this 3 can go into 360. How many times? 3 there, 1. 3 into 3, 1. 3 into 6, 2. And then you remain with that. But then you have 120 and 22. So 2 can go here, 11. Then 2 can go here, 60. Okay? So now you have that. So meaning you are going to have 14.86 times multiplied by this 60 here equal to 11 r squared. So now you're going to multiply 60 times 14. So you are going to just say this is 148.5. Then you're multiplying it by 6. So here you are going to say this and that. It will give you 30. So just write 0. Then 6 and 8. It will give you 56. So 56 plus 5, it will give you 59. So you say 9, you carry the 5. Then this 6 times 4, it will give you 24. 24 plus 5 to give you 29. So you say another 9. Then now you say this 6 times that 6 times 1 to give you 6 plus 2 to give you 8. So you have 899.0 equal to 11 r squared. So you can divide by 11, divide by 11. 11 and 11 can cancel. So your r squared will be. So now you are going to divide this number by we're going to divide it by 11. So you have divide by 11. Okay. So you have 8 into 8, 11 into 8, it can't go. Of course it can go, but then it will have to leave a remainder. So you are going to say into 89. That is 8. Remainder what? Remainder 1. Then 11 into 19, it is 1 point. So you have 11 minus 19. What you get? You get 81. So by estimation, you know to say you have 81 there going. And you know to say to this number, 81 is a square root of what? Of 9. So I'm just going to bring it here. So you say 81, you square root and the square root there. So your r is going to be 9. So now, what are the units that are given centimeters? So you put centimeters like that. Okay, so why don't you say plus or minus here? Because radius is a distance and you can never have a negative distance. I'm sure you guys are doing your physics very well. So quickly, let's look at the next question and see if time will to allow us. Okay. No. Alright, so we shall have another session just to look at those. And if we happen to have questions, we are going to have an intercall together and definitely solve 1 or 2 questions.